Now, if you guys want to get a clutch for your manual transmission car that is going to handle absolutely anything you throw at it, I suggest that you look no further than the UniClutch. And in my application, I'm talking about roll racing, burnouts, clutch dumps at the track off of a two-step. I mean, this clutch has literally taken absolutely everything that I've thrown at it. But we need to begin with how I found out about this clutch. It all goes back to sometime around in November when I went out to Las Vegas for SEMA. So I actually got a few emails from UniClutch. They wanted me to check out this awesome new clutch that they thought would be well suited for my Mustang GT build. As you guys know, I have a centrifugal supercharger on it. I used to have a Whipple on it, and it makes a good amount of steam. I mean, what did we run the last time we went at the track? With a bad 60 foot, a 10 something. So that's pretty good considering that the car wasn't even at maximum potential. It is a 9-second stick car if you can drive it to the 9-second potential. I'm still working on getting my seat time. Anyways, I went to SEMA after UniClutch reached out to me, and I checked out the UniClutch track in person along with the other variations. You know, this is not just for high horsepower cars. They have options for something that's more medium power. You know, they have the UniClutch Sport. They also have something for off-roading, you know, so you have plenty of options with these clutches. Now, if you guys want more details on what makes the UniClutch so special, you need to check out the video that I'm going to link in the right-hand corner of the screen. We explain exactly why it can fit with any transmission and what makes it a fully modular clutch. Now, you may ask yourself, what does that mean? That means you can fit it to basically any transmission in any car, and you have one clutch that can do this. And after meeting the UniClutch team, which was absolutely awesome at SEMA, I decided I needed to give the UniClutch track a go in my Mustang GT. You know, this was right after I switched it from a Whipple supercharger to an ESS, and I needed to make a horsepower number on the dyno and prove exactly what this car would do with the ESS supercharger. So once I did end up getting the UniClutch track in the mail, I ended up pairing it with a Calimer Stage 3 MT82, which was pretty much just a beefed up transmission. No, I did not use the stock transmission with this clutch, but we did the whole install with that. I actually ended up doing both the transmission and clutch at the same time. And I just wanted to know how cool putting on the lightweight flywheel was, because I've never seen a flywheel like this before, and this was introduced by UniClutch. From there, I buttoned up the transmission install. I verified that it was functional. I could shift into every gear. And then the focus shifted to really getting the car broken in. So my transmission and clutch needed to be broken in before we headed to the dyno. I made sure that I did about 500 engagements and disengagements. It really ranges between 500 to 1,000, and I ensured that I really engaged and disengaged the clutch to ensure that it was broken in and that it wouldn't slip on the dyno. So after we did all of the required break-in, you know, UniClutch really recommends that you do city driving and get those engagements, I headed straight to the dyno. Now this is exactly where you see if the clutch is going to hold up or if it won't. The car is on 19 pounds of boost with a centrifugal supercharger, as previously mentioned. We did a total of not one, not two, not three, but 4 different dyno hits where the car made over 870 wheel horsepower, and it did not slip one time. The clutch took it like a champ and made the power. Very linear curve of power on that graph. Absolutely no clutch slip or issues with maintaining the power. I mean, given the UniClutch track that's in that car is rated for 1,300 wheel torque. We only made around 680 wheel torque, and it had no problem with it. So cool, we got our dyno number, but what does that really mean? You know, we need to do launches and track times. Now, before I ever took it to the track for the first time, I did some street testing. We did some clutch dumps to ensure that I can get the tires hot. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Obviously on private property and not on public roads, and the clutch did well every single time. I even went ahead and tried out some glue after doing the burnout, and we were able to launch with the clutch and rev out to 8,000 RPMs, by the way, with no clutch slip whatsoever. So this thing took burnouts and launches on prep, on private property, concrete, with no problem whatsoever. So I had gained the confidence to take this thing to the track for the first time. And this is how the track day ensued. It was actually a very, very good time. It was my first time taking a manual car down the drag strip in 2 whole years. And mind you guys, I hadn't had any practice whatsoever besides the street testing. And I ended up running a 10-second pass 2 times back to back and leaving for the night. Now here's the thing. I do not shift the car light whatsoever. of people think that I'm no lift shifting. It sounds like it, but I'm not. I'm actually going down on the clutch and releasing the gas that fast and that quickly to the point where people think that I'm no lift shifting. And guess what? The clutch had no problem doing it whatsoever. I revved to 8,000 RPM on every gear change through first, second, third, all the way to fourth. And I never had any clutch slip whatsoever. And those passes were done back to back. All the while, you guys may ask me, well, how does the clutch feel if it's so beefed up for the track and can handle all that power? It's got to be heavy. Absolutely not. It actually retains your factory light pedal feel and you can't tell whatsoever. So not only do you have the dual threat of being able to hammer the car down with this clutch and really not have any clutch slip whatsoever, even when you do get it hot, but you also have daily drivability where it feels comfortable to drive on the street. So it's not gonna beef up your car to the point where it's uncomfortable to drive. I actually ended up going to the track one more time. I did 2 more burnouts, guys, back to back. No problems with the clutch. You know, usually you would have a problem after doing these first gear clutch dumps and second gear clutch dumps to get the tires hot. The clutch might slip in third gear or under high load or high RPM right after you get it super hot. I never had that issue. And the car ended up running 10s again. I tried to go back for a third pass attempt and I broke an axle. So that was the end of the clutch testing. We were never able to get out of the 10s because I only had about 4 passes with this new clutch and supercharger setup before I ended up breaking an axle. So until further notice, we will not get a 9-second pass with the UniClutch, but I mean, it's only a matter of time. I just need to buy some axles and really get my seat time. The clutch, without a doubt, will do it. So overall, I gotta say that I am extremely pleased with the opportunity to work with UniClutch and test out this new track clutch. It is brand new technology. It doesn't use the flywheel as a mating surface. I mean, it doesn't get better than this. What I really liked about the entire use and installation of this clutch was how easy it was to do. Usually with a clutch, you got to do all this annoying stuff with the alignment. You don't need to do that with this whatsoever. And not only that, but it is proven to withstand the abuse of what I use the car for. And I don't drive my cars lightly. I shift them hard. I mean, you all will see videos of it. I launch them hard off of clutch dumps. And overall, I am very pleased with this product. Now, if you guys are wondering where you can pick up one of these awesome UniClutch tracks or possibly the Sport, you know, you need to tailor the clutch options to your needs. Whatever option you need, they have something for your car. But basically, it's going to be located in all Napa stores within the United States. I'm pretty sure it's in over 6,000 stores and 35 distribution centers. So if you guys want to get this clutch in person, make sure to check it out at Napa, or you can look it up on UniClutch.com if you're interested in ordering it online. So I just wanted to add this, but if you're looking for any sort of UniClutch fitment to your OEM flywheel, you can reach out to anybody at Napa. They'll get you set up on that. And for anything new, such as the lightweight flywheel or possibly the quad UniClutch, you can reach out to the people at UniClutch. So overall, I have absolutely nothing but positive things to say about the UniClutch track. I am looking forward to our future projects with them, where they're going to give me a quad disc clutch, right? This is going to be 4 discs. Right now I have 2 discs, and this is going to handle, I think, up to something like 1800 wheel torque. So when we really turn Sally up and get that car going fast, I know that UniClutch is my for sure option to withstand the power in the clutch.